The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we get the Dow Industrials up 160. You get the NASDAQ up 55. S&Ps are up 21. Gold's down 410 at 1120. You get silver up 13 at $14.21. Platinum's up 12 at $9.94. Oil up $1.63 at 40.22. You get the 10-year down 5 ticks, 127.24. 30-year off 13 at 156.14. And both the 10 and the 30, folks, that's the bonds. That's the thing to keep your eye on out here today. I suspect they're going to not only give us the best amount of information, well, they're going to release information one way or the other. Bottom line, what the bond market has done is this. Last 2 days, the bond market had accelerated on the way down and accelerated with volume. Now, it hadn't hit a swing point, so the swing points talk, walk, and squawk. What we have out here this morning is that the 30-year is already rejecting lower price, wants to go higher. The 10-year is just about there. If you get the 10-year, the 30-year rejecting lower price today, start moving higher, and simultaneously you get a contraction of volume, guess what? The bounce is over. I suspect that we already get the highs in, by the way, okay? But that's the parameter on a longer-term basis, meaning long-term for me right now is about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. King Dollar's up 579.6 at the 95.72 area. The bond is down 64 at 112, and you got the yen up 48 cents, half a penny rather. Well, that's what 48 ticks are at 120.40. Now, if we go inside the Dow Industrials, we take a look at what's the strength inside the Dow. All the Dow stocks, excluding Procter & Gamble, are positive right now. Dow's up $1.80. Procter & Gamble is down 2 pennies. Okay, Chevron's leading the way. That's up $2.18. Disney's up next at $2.22. United Health is at $2.45. ExxonMobil's up $1.60. Inside the NDX 100, what do we have that's powering the NDX 100 this morning? You have AFCO Technologies, AVGO, that's up $8 at 124. You have Tesla up $13 at 237. Netflix is up 571, and Baidu.com is up 658. Now, a nice one to look at here will be Netflix, NFLX. NFLX. A way that you can also get information out of the marketplace is this, folks, is you take one of the best stocks in the marketplace, which has been Netflix, okay, NFLX. And then when you're looking at, what I'd be looking at specifically and say, okay, you know, we know this has been one of the strongest stocks in the marketplace. Stock $129. In 3 days, it went from 121 down to 85. And what you're looking for is that you look and say, okay, how are you climbing back topside? So Netflix is climbing back topside. Yesterday we did 36 million shares. Today, thus far, it done 8 million. The correlation is that you're going to watch Netflix, and what you're going to be watching for is that can it handle the market, number one, and what it actually needs, it needs about 60 million shares. That's what it needs. And where the 60 million is coming from, folks, is coming from the July 16th area. Now, if we go over to the SPY and we look at the SPY, what you're going to be looking at is this. And this is really so cool because the SPY, and this is where the SPY yesterday, big volume, you know, nice volume. The prior day we did 369 million. Yesterday you did 339. What you'd be looking for is this. You get, and this is where the SPY sets up really nice. The high of the vicious downdraft was 197.47. Now, we've hit 197.64. So what does that mean? That means that that's the test. Now, you can make the case and say, okay, normally in the out of time in the trade, you're saying, okay, the test would be the amount of volume that you have, which is 500 million. Well, when you're looking for the best amount of information, you want to make it the hardest that you can make it. So the normal way of doing it, and the correct way of doing it, you'd be using the downdraft. But if you really want the most higher probability, what you'd be looking for is this. is that you'd be looking for the volume. If we're going higher, what you'll see is that the volume will expand from yesterday. If it's a failed test, your probability goes much higher if, in fact, the volume can be lighter than what we had yesterday, which is 339. You get that going? You fail at 197.47, guess what? That means that coming into Friday, you're going to be basically going into lower price. Coming into next week, you're going to be going into lower price. We're going to take a look at the NDX 100, the Qs. What do we have inside the Qs? Pull up the Qs. We take a look at the Qs. And what you're also going to have when we go through the European markets, you're going to see, okay, so we go to the Qs. The Qs thus far have done 10 million shares. Yesterday, we did 104 million. The Qs, folks, are going to need a lot more volume. I mean a lot more volume. Now, the number in the Qs go like this. We're at 104.64. Bottom line, the Qs back off to about the 103.23 level. That'd be a disaster. That'd be saying that the Qs are only up 20 cents during the day, because what that would do is that the Qs are actually got over the highs of today, of yesterday. They're into the downdraft that was created out here on the 31st, on the 21st rather, of August. You know, and we'll see exactly how this whole baby shakes out. Now, you put that together. What you do is you take that together. Then what we do is that we take a look at Europe. So Europe is up across the board. Now, you have the CAT in France up 3%. FTSE's up 2.9. You have the DAX up 2.7. Last night in Asia, bottom line, you had the Shanghai up 5.3. You had the Hang Seng up 3.6. If we go over and we take a look at this just for a second, we put the Hang Seng up here, okay? What you're going to see, HSI, bottom line, you put the Hang Seng up here. Hang Seng right now, last night was up 758 points. And we put a little volume characteristic on it. Well, guess what? The Hang Seng, you know, bounced on lighter volume, got into the gap, and couldn't handle it. It got over the 871 level. You know, so 21,871. That's what it was testing. It got to 21,963. It was 3.7 billion. It did 3.2. So what you have there is that you had the aspect that it could not handle that price point. You know, you're going to hear all over the place that the Shanghai market, bottom line is that they came in the last hour at the close, and they were buying the market. Bottom line, folks, it doesn't matter who buys the market, when they buy the market. Markets are bigger than governments coming in and buying it. And, you know, bottom line is that you can absolutely make the case. We don't know whether the Fed came in and bought equities, but we do know that our own market, the Fed's been buying bonds forever. So there's really not much difference in the aspect of what they're buying, when they're buying, and all of the above. Now, let's go take a look at the E-minis right now. The E-minis are up about 25 bucks. We put this on a 10-minute basis. There she is. And what you're going to see is that we are trading at a price point. This is going to be so cool, man. This volatility, folks, is going to continue. So check this out. This is the sell right here. If you're day trading, folks, you can sell it here. You can, you know, for the E-minis, you can put a stop at 65. You're at 60 right now. What this is good, this looks to me like it's going to be a small ABC down. What you're going to have, the E-minis are going to run to 53 right now. Why am I saying that? Well, watch this. Put this over here. What you have is this. You lunge higher this morning, okay? We had 95,000 contracts. Then we came down, and we came down with 68,000, which wasn't that much, by the way. But we just tested. We just went into the test, folks, with 45,000 contracts. Couldn't handle it. So as soon as it can't handle it, you just take the top of that, which is 69. You take the bottom of it, which is 56. That is movement like beyond belief, okay? And we'll see how we get into that movement right now. But bottom line, that is saying we're going south. And this is going to be really weird, man, if you go south that quick in the marketplace. The reason being, more than anything, is because of the aspect that Europe is still up. Now, if we do the NQs at the same time, the NQs right now are up 68 bucks. I believe they were, well, hell, let me get it in front of me. I'll tell you how much they were up. So the high of the NQs this morning were $2.99. So we're up by $78. NQ, same type of setup. The high up here, in fact, the high is not a high volume high, by the way, okay? You had the high was of the 7:15, I think. Was it? No, it was 9:30. 9:30. 9:30 was 4289. Then we get to 99. Bottom line is that you come down. As we had come down, we come down with 13,000 contracts. And this little baby here wants to get back into this 4260. The A point would be 99. The B is 60. So you got, what's that? That's $33. $33 off of the 90 is going to get you, no, hold it. 99 to 6, 39 points. So 39 gets you down to the 59 area. You know, that's how this is setting up right now. Right now you're at 85. So, you know, there's a lot of action out here, man, big time. We go over to the gold stocks. We take a look at the gold stocks. What you're going to see is this. The gold contract's down, but yet the gold stocks are up. We take a look at Rheingold Resources first, GOLD. What you're going to have with Rheingold is this. Rheingold right now is trading up 91 cents. This also, now this is really cool, man. This didn't hit a swing point also. The swing point on Rheingold was 57.06. You know, we got down yesterday to 58.28. Now, what you're going to need also inside the gold stocks is what? You're going to need volume as we go up to higher price. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow right now is up 187. Nasdaq's up 72. S&Ps are up 26. Bonds. 10-year down 5 ticks, 30's up 14, 30's going, folks. The 30's giving us the information. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You know what's cool? taking something that's good for you, something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow Industrials up 195, 199, Nasdaq's up 75, S&Ps are up 26. Now, let's get over and take another look at another strong stock, because what you want to see in the marketplace, folks, with me expecting that the top is already in here on this bounce, guess what? You go look for another strong stock. We'll go look at Facebook. What's the setup on Facebook? Well, guess what? Facebook right now up 220. Facebook is testing the downdraft that was created. You know, Facebook gapped away. The second gap away, the high there was $89.18. Your volume is 62 million. Now, what's really cool, bottom line, is that the test is happening out here. You're over that level right now as we're talking. You're at 89.34. That is a number you want to watch also, because Facebook closes under 89.18 with lighter volume, 62 million, and right now you're at 12 million. So the volume characteristic on Facebook, you should have more volume, because we're only into this for an hour right now. It's 55 minutes to be exact. You've done 12 million shares, so it shouldn't have a problem doing 62 million. So what do you do with that information? You go like this. Your price is 89.18. If you close under 89.18, you have less than 62 million shares traded. What does that say? That says that people are saying, let me out, get me out. That's more distribution that's happening right now. So that's going to be a really sweet one to keep your eye on, as is Netflix, okay? Because in both cases, those stocks were driving the market higher in a big way. Now, what is the monster out here? Well, the monster, who I suspect will also give us a huge amount of information, is the IBB. The IBB, folks, okay, had not only powered the NASDAQ composite higher, it's been powering it higher for a huge amount of time. IBB right now is up $9.85. You've done 960,000 shares. What we haven't done yet, which I'd love to see the IBB do, is reach the high that was generated out here on the 21st, which is 353.74. So what the difference is that the IBB hasn't been able to get up to that point yet. So it's like, okay, man, it hasn't been able to test the price yet. You can do the volume characteristic on it, because the IBB also should be able to have the volume. You know, you're already at 973 million. If you did 4.8 million, that'd be saying, okay, you get juice into it. You know, we're only an hour into it. It's much cooler, and the probability is much higher when you do the price and the volume. But that IBB, you want to keep your eye on in spades. Because if we took all three of those, and you had all three of those fail on price, if you had Facebook and Netflix fail on price and volume, what does that set up? What that sets up, folks, is that the strongest stocks inside the Index 100, which has been leading everything up, have failed. What does that set up? Then you take the indices, and guess what? Your bounces over. Then you take the volume from the indices, and if that is lighter volume also, your probability is much higher that what? That number one, you're going to be downtown tomorrow. Number two, you're going to be downtown next week, and this thing is not even close to being done. So we got a nice little market here, and there's going to be a lot. Well, there is a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity to basically sell away. You got IBM right now is up 94 cents. You got Honeywell up $1.72. You got Merck up 37. Exxon's up 139. Disney's up 264. Hey, let's look at Disney, because Disney's another one. Disney not only basically gave the market a heads up. When that fell apart, that just fell apart in spades before the market did, and it was like, man, how the heck did Disney go down 20%, in 2 weeks? Well, it did. Okay, it went from 122 down to 104 before the market fell apart. Okay, bottom line, Disney, there's no buyers. Disney right now is doing 4.7 million shares. It's going into 34 million shares. This is not only a dead cat. The way it looks to me with Disney, you've had two gaps. Disney's going to do a third gap, and I expect that third gap's going to be downtown. So these large equities that have been performing and have been the leaders, bottom line, look to me like they're not only failing. And what does happen, by the way, folks, is that most markets, what ends up happening, leaders in one market are not the leaders in the next market. That's just kind of how it goes. We've had a long run out here, and what you can do is that you can learn a huge amount about how markets move, number one, how they go up, how they go down, and the nature of markets themselves in a market like this. You can learn much, much faster. So you don't even have to do homework. You just have to watch the market and watch what's happening. Dow right now is up $1.94. You get the NASDAQ up 70. S&Ps are up 26. You stay right there, folks. Be coming right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry, powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on Tiger TV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up $1.75. Nasdaq's up 61. S&Ps are up 23. And bottom line, folks, if you're trading, just sell away, man. This thing is it's going to be a nice trading day out here. Let's go to Mark in Denver. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Too much, Tommy. How are you?
Doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Always a good day.
That's a beautiful thing, brother.
Yep. So, I took a long position in the USO on the 24th when it was, if you look at it like a 30-minute, it was doing a lighter volume test of that spike down on the open.
Okay.
In the late afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm in at about 12:50. It looks like on a 30-minute it's completing a ABC up in the 1330-ish range. 25.
Yep. So if we say here, I'll bring this over here. I see what you're looking at. Okay. So let's just that. So
I'm trying to decide whether to ride this a little more or run.
Well, here, I'm gonna bring. Let me do this. I'm gonna bring the actual contract over. So we got the contract right now is trading up $1.94, and you got 154,000 contracts. We're at, it's day, man. Okay, so check it out. So the downdraft, folks, that was out there the 24th, you go from 40, 47 to 37, 75, and real juice behind it. Well, as soon as you're over 47, it's like, hey, the bottom line is that thing wants to, run into, you get over 40.81 and you're going to be at 43.18 in like a heartbeat, man. I mean, what's cool about a trade like this, folks, goes like this, is that this has, got absolutely toasted, roasted, and all of the above in a huge way. And so you can have a dead cat bounce, and a dead cat bounce can get you up to $47, right. You put that together with the aspect of how the commodities themselves have just got killed. It's like, you know what? Go over to ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil, it looks to me like it very well could be off the bottom. I expect that Exxon will come back to 71.38. So if you're looking to buy it, folks, you're going to want to probably be all over this at that point. And this is why. We're coming into the end of the month, and it looks to me that what you're going to see is that Exxon, got down to a price point up here of 66.55, and you're going to reject, bottom line, a lot, the 68 level, and you're doing it on dramatically lighter volume on a monthly basis. Last time we were down here, did 768 million. Exxon's only done 330 so far. So it's like, man, you can get a good bounce. And what has happened, market folks, is that the XLE actually moved lower before the price of oil moved lower. So it's like, okay, man, the XLE very well can be off that bottom. I think it's going to pull back once again, but the way that it seems to be set up at this particular point, it's going to be, that pullback, even like with Chevron. Chevron, it doesn't have enough juice out here today. You're at 4 million shares. It's like, okay, I think it'll do all right, but Chevron 2 will probably back down to 75. Well, that's 75 right now. But my take on it is that, yeah, you might really have something here, which would be really a trip, man. What has been hanging out there, no doubt in the oil market, is that, okay, is oil going to go after the 32.40 on the continuous contract? So if we bring the continuous contract up, and I bring this back, it's like, okay, man, you got down to the price point of 37.75. And as soon as you're back inside, you'd have to make the case that you're back inside 43.58. You get back inside 43.58, guess what? It will bounce up to 60, man. I know. It's wild. We know that it has lighter volume than what it was going into in 2008. There's no matter which one you pull up, it has lighter volume. So.
Yeah, and that USO's already traded almost 10 million in an hour. So
yeah, and it's not what happens with any of these commodity bounces because they've got killed so bad. It's not. Well, here, see them listening to us right now, Mark. Someone, well, look at this, folks. Okay, this is as intense as you get. Someone a monster just come in. A monster just come in and gave you a gift, in a huge way. Look at this trade. Well, watch this here. I'll pull this trade. Watch this. I will find that trade. There it is, right there. 350,000, just as we're talking. 10:33.30. How cool was that?
That was very cool.
That was very cool. I like it.
All right, man.
Okay, brother. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Dow right now is up 201. You get the NASDAQ up 72. S&Ps are up 27. And what you're going to see, this is so cool. Let's go over to the E-minis again for a second. What you're going to see, top line, that Dow looks great, right? S&Ps. Let's put this E-mini up so you can see how this is shaking out. Still doesn't have the juice up there. Okay. Bottom line, let's see. You're at 9 minutes into the 10-minute bar. You've done 47,000 contracts versus 95,000. Okay. But the NQs are the ones that are really giving the information today. Last week, folks, when the market, not last week, what day is today? Monday. When the market was going south, it was the E-minis that were giving it. Today what you happen is the NQs that are actually giving the information because the NQs just have zero juice going into these highs. We just did 9,500 contracts versus a 15,000. Okay, that doesn't happen. Well, no, it happens. That's a market though that doesn't stay higher. We're gonna take a look at it. I'll do the correlation inside the 3 Qs so you can see that correlation inside the 3 Qs. And inside the 3 Qs, there she is. What you're going to see is that, let me put it on 2 days so I can see it clearer. Okay, so that correlation there, you're going into, on a 10-minute bar, you're going into 2.3 million. We just tried to do it with 1.1. Doesn't fly, man. Doesn't fly. That's half the amount of volume. We go to the SPY. We take a look at the SPY. And folks, if you want to really learn a lot about the market, I'm not encouraging you to day trade, but put 10-minute bars up in fast markets like this, because what happens is that because the velocity of the moves up and down are much faster, you'll see how the energy gets dispersed, meaning that markets are all about energy. So if we take a look at the SPY, what you're going to see is that the SPY right now is coming into 7.9 million. Last 10-minute bar, it did 4.1 million. It's going into it right now. That's saying the SPY is not going to be able to handle it. Also, and Dow Industrials, if we look at the diamonds, let's go look at the diamonds. We put the diamonds up, do the same thing inside the diamonds. I'll put those on a 1 day, and you can see this correlation here. I'll put it up on 2 days. And what you're going to see in the diamonds is this. Your correlation is that you're going into 364,000. Last bar, 221. This bar here, we're only 2 minutes in it, yeah, so he needs longer time. But that correlation there is so cool. because it gives you a huge clue whether you're going to get up over the market and the highs with juice versus not juice. And particularly what you have happening here is this. After a day like yesterday, the amount of energy that was pushed out yesterday was huge. No doubt about that. And you had volume behind the move, too. It's really tough to do that one after the other. The correlation of the bounces are always fast off bottoms. And fast bounces, folks, are bear market bounces. That's the bottom line. That's how this thing shakes out. Some of the high volume stocks, let's go take a look at some of the high volume stocks in this market. You got Freeport-McMoRan up $1.27. You don't have to buy that yet, folks. It's really not a sign of strength yet. It's up, but it doesn't have the wide price spread yet. You get Apple up $1.54. Netflix is up $6.30. You get Marvell up 43 cents. Schlumberger is up $1.88. You got Cisco up 7. Some of the Dow stocks out here. This is what we have happening. Big Blue is up 96. You got Honeywell up $1.86. Walmart's up 49. Exxon's up 149. Cat is up 132. Oxy's up 205. Let's go over and take a look at Oxy and see if Oxy has any juice on the way up. And Oxy right now, you're doing 2 million shares. You're coming into 10, it's not bad. If you're looking to buy any of these, just wait for a retracement because the retracement will happen. I suspect what you're going to get is that retracement, we'll find out whether it's going to be on lighter volume. And that's what's so cool about retracements in general. We go over to the gold market, and gold wants to move, folks. Okay, this is going to just be wild watching this whole thing shake out. The low today is 1117 rather. Right now, we're at 1122. And she's gonna need a little more juice too. We got that's 4 minutes into this bar right now. So she's coming into 33,000. That's good though. She's coming into, so check it out. She's coming into 3,000 contracts at 9:20 this morning. She's already done 2,200. So she can do 4,400 contracts and get up and over this 1123 ASAP. This is going to be impressive because if she gets over the 1123, what you'll see gold up at 1126, and she can make it up to 1128. That in itself would be saying quite a bit. Bonds, again, bonds are the number, folks. That bond market, the 10-year, let's go take a look at this 10-year. The 10-year's been kind of hanging at the lows right now. And the 10-year, we're at 127. Oh, this is a nice setup, though. This is getting ready. So, yeah. So we come down 67,000. We're at 127.23. The 30-year is showing more strength, but what does happen, U.S., is that the 30-year, has basically led the 10-year up and down. And I see. Okay, cool. So the 30-year, folks, is at 156. This is just set up a small ABC up. So the 30-year more than likely is going to be at 156.30, which is another 12 ticks on the way up. You get that out here today. That is saying that top also is in, and the market, of course, is just deviant enough, and we'll see, how the end of the day ends. But what I expect you're going to see is that you're going to see this baby continue to move into lower price, and that in itself is going to be a huge deal because you still have Europe up, and you got to remember at 11:30 Europe closes. 11:30 Eastern time. The DAX is still up 3.3. You get the CAD up 3.2. The FTSE's up 3.7. Now, our markets aren't up as much, but that would be expected because our markets were up much higher than those markets were up yesterday. I mean, big time, too. There's no doubt about that. We go over and we take a look at good old Apple. Apple right now, what has Apple done? Apple's got 23 million shares. It's going into the price point of 1. This is cool. Okay, so Apple's another one that you can take a look at if, in fact, it's doing a test. The test is doing of the 21st of August. The high is 111.90. We've hit 112.30. The volume is 128 million. Now, it should be able to do 128 million. Why? Because at 128 million, we've already done 23.8 million, okay? So that's going to be another one that you're going to keep your eye on. We go back to Facebook just for a second and take a look at Facebook. What you have with Facebook? Facebook thus far hasn't been able to handle the $89.18. When we started, it was over it. Right now, you're at $89.05. We've done 14 million shares, and that's not handling the volume either. So check this out. This is pretty cool. We're at 12 million when I brought this up the first time, which I believe was about quarter past. Now you're dealing with 10 minutes of the hour. Netflix, NFLX. What has Netflix done? Netflix, that is at a price point of $116.20 and 12 million. That's going to have the volume. Netflix is going to have the volume. They're buying Netflix. It's not going to have the 63 million that it actually should have, but that's still going to have the volume, meaning in the correlation of how it come down versus how it went up. So we'll see if, in fact, let's go over to Google, because Google, inside the NDX yesterday, there's Google. Oh, my God, Google's going to fail. Check it out. Because Google had the juice inside the NDX 100 yesterday. That was not all the juice, but that was the leader. Google got to a price point today of 643. You're at 634. The test was 640.05. The volume is 4.2. So Google's going to be another one that is going to be dynamite to watch, folks. Because what should happen with Google is this. There's no reason it shouldn't be able to get that volume. Okay? But what I expect you're going to see, it won't get the volume. Why won't get the volume? Because bottom line is that that's how distribution gets done. And now the cool thing here, so just picture it. You're at an hour and a half. You get 6.5 hours in the marketplace. You're already at 945,000. What you'll see, as this baby starts backing down, what do you get to see? You get to see everyone backing away, the bid's backing away, and can't handle it. Dow right now is up 262. You get the NASDAQ up 89. S&Ps are up 34. Don't forget, folks, we start programming every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning, right on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi. We'll come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Come back, folks. Dow Industrials up 252, Nasdaq up 82, S&P's up 32. And don't forget, folks, every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, you can get us right on your cell phone, tfnn.mobi. You want to get Tiger TV, just go to tfnn.com. Hit the box on the right-hand side. You can get the audio plus the video. And if you do happen to be on the West Coast or you want a nice trip to Las Vegas, we are going to be at the Traders Expo and at the Paris Hotel, folks, from October 15th and 16th. That's going to be this October 15th and 16th. So want to come out and visit us. That'd be a beautiful thing. Now, let's go take a look at this market. So what we've done right here is that you're testing the highs. If I go to the NQs first, this is, check it out. Okay, so what you have here is that you get the NQs. We're going to bring them up. 99 was the high out here. And what you're going to see is this, is that your first high that was established out there, you did it with 15,000 contracts. We just tested it with 10,000 contracts. Not going to hold, folks. That's the bottom line. You get the low out here with 13,000. Bottom line, that's saying can't handle a higher price. The E-minis, same type of setup. And this is always a trip, folks, okay, how this baby shakes out, particularly with big bounces like this. You know, the spikes will happen, okay? What the spikes are all about is just pushing, you know, to basically get up and over. The spike on the E-mini, we did 66,000 contracts versus 95,000. Now, the E-mini has to get back under the 69 area. We are at 72 right now. The leader out here, well, my take is the leader out here on the way down are the NQs. The NQs are giving the most amount of information away, and that's what you want to watch. As we were watching, you know, if you, plenty listen to me every day, as we were watching the E-minis, because the E-minis last week and Monday were given a huge amount of information out that, man, who's selling these E-minis? Because they were selling them, and they were selling them down pretty good. That's what's going on right now. It's not so much that they're selling the NQs, but the NQs have zero juice on the way up. And that is with the Tesla leading the charge out here. That's up $16. And if we go take a look at Tesla, right now, Tesla is also testing. You get 766,000, and that's gonna have the volume. Bottom line, it's only coming into 1.8 million. We go back to Facebook for a second. Facebook is over the number that we're talking about. It's 89.18. So here's your numbers. 89.18 on Facebook is going to be a great one to watch. Netflix, NFLX also is going to be a great one to watch. And then on the Netflix deal, it's going to be like, okay, are you going to hold the higher price at the 117? So far, Google also is the one you want to keep your eye wrapped around. The reason being is that Google's already pulled down $10 off its high. The test was $6.40. Bottom line, couldn't handle it. And then what you also have is that on many of these, you know, what markets love to do is go into the lows of the highs of the, not the highs of the last low. Okay, so on the S&Ps, let me do the Qs rather. The Qs are closer to where this would be. I don't think the Qs are going to hit it, but the bottom line is that the low of the Q is 105.89, meaning it comes down, it goes back up, it croaks, and we've hit 105.08. You know, might take, as I said, you know, many times during this 1 hour, that get your top hats on, because the bottom line is that this counter trend bounce is over. And we'll see how this shakes out the rest of the day. But certainly, the high volatility is going to be out here. You can trade both sides of the market. There's no doubt about that. But I suspect as we start coming into the close out here, what you're going to see is basically more pressure on the markets, and that pressure will generate some selling on the way down. You stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next, growling and prowling with you. Then we get Daryl Martin, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon with you, as will Andy Heck. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Look forward to speaking this afternoon, folks. Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.